Long overdue. Davante Adams has officially requested a trade from the Las Vegas Raiders. We were all expecting this for quite some time right now, and just him going to the Raiders in general was just a massive mistake, and him wanting to play with his old teammate and friend Derek Carr really blew up in his face, and I feel like most people could have predicted this coming of just what a mistake it would be from going to Green Bay to the Raiders franchise, and it really has been. His numbers haven't been great. Still putting up something despite having really poor quarterback play since going to Oakland, but he probably really regrets leaving Green Bay. And man, if he was on Green Bay right now with Jordan Love, Jaden Reed, would definitely be very useful. And I think I think his numbers would be a lot higher right now. So let's get into the possible spots where Davante will land. Apparently, there was a report that he has two teams he prefers going to, and one of them is just kind of crazy. Number one is the Jets. No surprise here. He wants to play with Aaron Rodgers again, so no surprise there at all. There was a lot of interest since Rodgers was a Jet that the Jets would be trading for Davante Adams. Earlier this year, I believe in August or July, there was a lot of smoke regarding the Jets trading for Davante, and it looks like now that will finally happen. But his number two team that he wants to go to the most is the New Orleans Saints, and that's only because of Derek Carr. And it's just like, bro, like, are you good? Like, you're in this mess because of Derek Carr, and now he wants to go and follow Derek Carr again. I don't get it. To be honest, it's not a terrible spot. I mean, him and Chris Olave would be one elite duo with Alvin Kamara there. If only they had a quarterback. I know Derek Carr looked good the first 2 weeks, but that is an idiotic move to do if you're Davante Adams. Again, you're in this spot with the Raiders because you followed Carr. I don't get it, man. But yeah, man, those are his two most preferred spots to land. I really don't like either one. I don't think the Jets should trade for Davante Adams. They can't even get the ball to Garrett Wilson, and Garrett Wilson is he's just an electric player, and you can't get him the ball every game. You expect to get him and Davante Adams the ball every game. It doesn't make sense. That team doesn't need to add another wide receiver, so I don't like that move either. I'll get into the moves or the spots that I do like. A lot of brain dead people are saying the Chiefs, because Rashee Rice just went down, but the Raiders and the Chiefs are division rivals, and division rival trades don't really happen too often for obvious reasons. But the last one, to be fair, I can remember off the top of my head was Hawkinson going from Detroit to Minnesota. So they do happen from time to time, but when it comes to superstar players, trust me, they don't happen. They just don't happen. The Chiefs would have to offer the Raiders two first round picks at least. So for all the special people out there saying that the Chiefs should go get Davante Adams, it doesn't work like that, man. It just doesn't work like that. So I would cross that team off Davante Adams' list. Apparently the Cowboys, the Commanders, and the Steelers are also interested. Cowboys, Jerry had a quote a couple weeks ago, we couldn't afford Derrick Henry, so I don't see how they're interested in when they clearly can't afford Davante Adams. I don't see that being a spot. though that would be quite interesting compared to the other teams I've mentioned so far. Him and CD would be ridiculous, just absolutely ridiculous. So I think that would be fun, but I don't think it's gonna happen. Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh was in on the Ayuk sweepstakes for the longest time. In fact, they were really, really close to just getting that deal done, but never did. I don't really like the spot for Davante Adams. It's kind of a similar vibe. Not saying Justin Fields is similar to Gardner Minshew or Aiden O'Connell. It's just he hasn't found his rhythm yet. I know he would probably strive and do a lot better in this offense compared to the Raiders offense, but I want Davante Adams to go with a quarterback that is actually capable of feeding him the ball every game, and I just don't think Justin Fields is that guy yet. But would it be a terrible move? No, not really. Next, the Commanders. Now, the Commanders, they were in on the Ayuk sweepstakes. They've been looking to add another receiver to help Scary Terry. And I really like this move a lot. Jaden Daniels, Davante Adams, that would be a A+ move right there. He would probably put up really, really good numbers. And just to help Jaden Daniels even more, I love that. I love that. I love that. I love that. So I hope the Commanders get that done and Davante Adams goes to Washington. That'd be so much fun, man. But there are a few teams that weren't really mentioned. One being Buffalo. I know they have cap issues right now, so that's probably why they're not interested in Davante, but that would be a move I like a lot. Davante Adams, Josh Allen, that would be a good. That's like Batman and Robin right there, man. Like that would be really, really good for Josh Allen and Davante Adams, and he would be a prince in Buffalo. you know, Bills Mafia would love Davante Adams, and who knows? Maybe Davante would take the Bills over the edge, and maybe they could reach the Super Bowl. I don't know, but Brandon Beane try to at least try to get the deal done. Don't just sit on the sidelines, man. You have a MVP caliber quarterback. Do something. You know what I mean? Do something. Also, another team, Detroit. Now, I know Tim Patrick and Jameson have kind of emerged to be those number 2 and 3 receivers to St. Brown, but man, to have Davante there with Jared Goff on that offense, whew, that would be so much fun to watch, man. I think that would be a great fit. Again, I don't really know the Lions cap situation off the top of my head. I know they're probably tight for money right now, but that would be another move I'd love to see. And also Green Bay, especially with Christian Watson being just unfortunately an injury-prone player at this point, and him going down again. For Davante Adams to link up with Jordan Love, that'd be a great move. Again, he should have never left in the first place. Definitely a lot of good landing spots for a player like Davante Adams. I'm really just excited to see him play again and really maybe not be the number 1 wide receiver again, but really compete for that number 1 spot again. You can't really compete to be the number 1 wide receiver when your quarterback is Gardner Minshew and Aiden O'Connell for the last couple of years. So excited to see him back out there putting up big numbers again, man. And let me know where y'all would want to see him go. What do you think the best spots are? What do you think the worst spots are? I just don't want to see him in Green Bay with Aaron Rodgers, man. I just don't want to see that. I'll take Pittsburgh over that. I'll take anywhere over that. Just please not New York. Please not New York. But yeah, man, let me know in the comments. That's all I got for right now. Peace.
Anderson's going to take the handoff now. And that's the type of run I think this offense would take all game long, Phil.
Oh, would they ever? They would love this. This is showing your dominance here. The offensive line doing a good job, but also a solid job by the running back picking up some good yards. This is one of those